When you've created your account for Onshape and you've managed to log in, it'll bring it to this screen here. These are the objects that I've designed so far, so you may not have anything here when you first log in. Click on Create, click on Document. Do give it some kind of a name, even if it's just a number, it'll help you stay organised. You could use the date there just as easily. It'll take you through to this workspace in which you're going to create your design. Click on Sketch. It asks you to select a sketch plane. We've got 3 here. If I use my right mouse button just to move this around, you can see these are 3 planes on which you can put your design. We're going to put it on the top one, that makes the most sense. As I go near the corner, you can see that it highlights orange. Click on there to select it, and then it'll give you a series of options up here in which you can draw. So if I draw a rectangle on here, then you can see, if I use that right mouse button again, that this is at the moment a flat rectangle. Best way to orientate this so that you're looking down onto it is to use this cube that's on the right hand side. If I click on top, it'll show me this looking straight down, 90-degree angles, because this is now this rectangle that I'm working on. As I go near the sides, you can see that the size is highlighted with a little box around it, and I can simply type a number and type enter, and that side is now that size. You don't click on this box incidentally. If you click on the box, you'll end up starting to draw another rectangle. That will get annoying. If you find yourself lost, don't worry about it. Like all pieces of software, the best way to learn is simply to start again. If I type 100 into there, that's now giving me a rectangle that is 100 by 70. If I click on line and I take a line through this, then I can use my trim button to remove individual parts to be able to change that shape. So just as if I was cutting it out perhaps from a piece of material, I can create that other shape there, and I can use circles in here as well as part of my drawing, and I can remove the parts. Don't know if you can see that there's a light blue shading in there. That's saying that this is a solid piece, even if at the moment that it is flat. This sketch fillet button here is quite useful. What that'll do is if you highlight a line there, highlight a line there, it'll draw you a fillet between those, and it cuts that off because that's part of that cutting area over there. You can use polygons within here. If you start by drawing the center, as you move away from the center, it'll give you the size of the polygon. Click to get that in the right place, and then when you move in and out, you can see that it changes the amount of sides that the polygon has got. So if I go to 5, I've got myself a pentagon here. So if I use my right mouse button there, I can move this around and view this from different angles. I'm going to make this 3-dimensional now. I'm going to finish my sketch by clicking on the tick, and I'm going to click on extrude, which makes it 3-dimensional. Sometimes this will come up because it'll know what it is that you're doing. This one's a little bit confused because I've got a circle inside this circle. So it's asking me to select the face that I want to make 3D. Well, we'll keep this bit, so I'm going to click here, and you can see that it's started to make that 3-dimensional. The pentagon that was in the inside is a hole, and I can use this arrow and drag this out to make this higher or lower, thicker as required, or I can type a size into here and press enter. When you're happy with your extrusion, you're going to click on the tick, and then that is now the first object done. If I click on Onshape, that'll take me back to my documents. It hasn't updated it immediately, but I know that if I go out to any of my other shapes for a minute, and then go back again, that it will then have created that as this shape down here. Sketch on that top plane, a rectangle, changing the sizes. If I draw a rectangle inside here as well, where did it? Like so, and I can put the sizes in there. What I might want to do is to say exactly where inside here this is, so I can use the dimension button there to pick out one line and then another line, and you see it's changed where the dimension is to have a size that's in there. Like so. If at any point I want to undo any of this, I've got the undo button here. I can undo that, and we can undo as far as we go, up until the point where you come out and save it. So do take care there, it will create that version for you. When we go to join this circle, and it could be that we actually want it to have the centre on this line, so that is something it will do. It will pick out that edge for you, which is to be considered as well. Okay. And extruding that like so.